Hello, I'm APX, and welcome back to the Minecraft update video. Today I want to talk about the 1.6.0.6 beta that just released today. It's a really catchy name, I know, but a brand new beta just released after the update released yesterday, so I think they'd talk about, wait, why is there a beta update alongside the aquatic update? Because a lot of people also have the secondary question of, wait, so the aquatic update released yesterday and is soon to release for Minecraft console, but doesn't include phantoms. Aren't they an aquatic feature? So I think we go through that and talk about this beta and all the new things contained within in today's video. It's going to be a little bit of a fun one, a little bit of an explaining one, and I hope you all enjoy it. You can like it if you do, because it helps out the channel a lot and feeds the wife and kids and all that sort of stuff. So with that said, let's dive straight into this. And yeah, 1.6.0.6 is out now if you are enrolled in the beta. Again, this is only if you have the beta enabled on, which means only for Minecraft Xbox, Minecraft Windows 10, and Minecraft Android players, which have specifically opted in. If you just downloaded 1.5 yesterday, this is not for you. This is kind of a beta preview of a future update, which you don't necessarily need to care about, because with this particular iteration, they've only added one new official feature. There's only one thing on the change list, and it's rather interesting because it is to do with the Phantom, which again we're going to mention why is that only here but not on the aquatic with today's video. So first of all, let's mention what the new change is, because they've made it so there is a do insomnia game rule to toggle. So the do insomnia rule, as far as I'm aware, is available in the settings, just like this. You're like, okay, where's do insomnia at? Okay, you can't find it, but if you type /game rule and then do insomnia, you can actually turn off the insomnia rule. So /game rule and then do insomnia, just like this, you can see right there, and then you gotta set this to false if you want to turn that off. And in case you're curious as to what I just did there, what is that new rule and what have I just done by turning that off? Basically, phantoms are a brand new 1.6 mob. You're familiar with them in some form because people voted for them at Minecon, but basically you might decide you don't want them in your world, and if you turn on cheats and you turn off insomnia, which again you have to do via commands, so most people won't do it, you can stop them from spawning. Because if you turn off the insomnia effect, you turn off the counter on how long it's been since you last slept, you can stop phantoms from spawning. So yeah, this 1.6.0.6 beta only added one feature, and it's the ability to turn off phantoms. But you might have the big question of why exactly are phantoms in this update to begin with? Shouldn't they be an aquatic feature? And the simple answer to this one is it was decided at some point during Minecraft Bedrock's development to keep the 1.5 update on schedule, to keep it coming out on time, or as it turned out, to come out earlier than other platforms. They had to remove a couple of features, and the big one is of course the phantom. So the phantom is not an aquatic feature because it only happens to be added with the aquatic update on PC. When you think about it, it's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. They added it there mostly because of the fact that they only added it on PC because of the fact that they're working on an update at the same time, whereas the Bedrock team has been working on a much faster schedule, and they wanted to get an aquatic update out, but they're fine with releasing more updates than the Java version, so they figured 1.6, it can be the update not only, for barriers, which it already is, so give Toycat barrier, for instance, it's not only the update of barriers, which is nice, but it's also the update of the phantoms, and that's why they're in 1.6. So this means that the console version of the update won't be getting phantoms, and that's just a thing you gotta keep in mind, and this is why 1.13 is bigger than the aquatic update for both Bedrock and for consoles. It's not a big deal. It's one feature that, again, I'm still on the fence. I haven't experienced it in survival yet, so I can't say if it's amazing or not, but it's not the biggest of deals, and that's the thing to keep in mind there. So yeah, why are phantoms only in this beta? Simple answer, because they're a 1.6 feature, not a 1.5 feature, because they're not considered an aquatic feature. They just happen to be coming out with the aquatic update as far as Minecraft is concerned. And then second question is, why is there a beta out at the same, one day after the regular Minecraft update? And this is because the beta updates work at the same time as regular Minecraft updates. So rather than having a 2-week gap where the Minecraft team does nothing, they start immediately working on the next update, and they've been working on 1.6 for the last few weeks now. In fact, I imagine before the end of August, we'll see this update release as well, and it's a really clever system because it means they can always be trialing out a new update while they work on other ones. And yeah, it means you get more consistent content as soon as 1.6 is finished, which again, maybe sometime during August. It depends how much they decide to add, but when 1.6 is finished, we'll start seeing 1.7 come out, I imagine. And yeah, it's a really cool system to see going forward. So there's your answer to that question. I think we got all the big ones answered right here. Now we can talk more about this beta and some of the weird stuff going on with it. Because when Minecraft releases brand new updates, they have a really weird habit of how they categorize changes. Because like I said, there's only one feature in this update, and it's the do insomnia rule, which we'll set back to true, by the way, in case you change it and you have regrets about it. You just have to set it to true, and then you can do stuff. So what about the rest of the, why did I mention this if there's only one thing in this update? Well, it's because they added a bunch of things in the fixes section of the changelog. So if you check the fixes section of the changelog, there's a bunch of things that do sound like fixes, with the first one being fixed several crashes that occurred during gameplay, but there's a few things in there that sound like they're real feature changes that I actually, again, maybe it's because they think they shouldn't have fixed this in the first place, but I think they're kind of interesting. So one, for instance, you can see how there's a barrier block here, right? And we'll place a few more just to prove a point. One of the first changes on the changelog is that barrier blocks will now no longer block weather, which again, to me sounds crazy cool. So if it's, if it's raining, for instance, it will rain through the barrier blocks, or at least it's meant to, so you can't even tell there's a barrier block in those places, because again, there's just no way to do it. So barrier blocks now do not block weather, and personally, I think I kind of liked it how it was. Like, I didn't know it was that way before. I kind of liked the idea before, but it's also really clever that it works this way now, because there's no way to see a barrier block unless you're literally next to them or running into them. They can make a really seamless edge to your world. It's like an invisible barrier at the edge of your Minecraft world. I think it's great, I think it's wonderful, and it makes the Minecraft maps that will eventually use them even better, which, by the way, you can look forward to as of 1.6 onwards. So we also have, they improved the trident throwing animation, so we'll clear this weather. Slash weather clear, and let's talk about the new trident animation, because I decided to do a side-by-side comparison of 1.5 and 1.6, and I don't know, maybe this is just me, but try and tell me if you can see anything different here, because as far as I can tell, there isn't anything different. Again, I looked at both side-by-side quite a few times. Maybe you can tell me that, like, oh no, it's clear that, like, you know, if you looked at it like this way, there's clearly something going on there. But personally, I couldn't see it. It looks exactly the same. Maybe it's an error that it's on the changelog. Maybe they changed it in a really subtle way, but I can't say for certain. Maybe that's why it's a change. Phantoms no longer appear in the sky when spawned from a mob spawner. So if we have, say, a phantom spawner, which, I mean, don't know why you'd want one in the first place, but let's say that you did have one of those. They no longer spawn in the sky because of that. Okay, there we go. Oh, this is the weirdest looking spawner in the game, right? Like, what is this nonsense? So that's a thing they've changed. There's a few other things, such as the Ender Dragon will no longer randomly despawn if you get too far away from it. They've got stuff like Coral Decorations Item Group no longer shows a placeholder name. There's a lot of different changes in here, some of which are just tiny bug fixes, and some of which seem like full changes on their own, like the barrier block thing, like the trident animation, which doesn't exist. I don't know, I'm confused, but I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and in the comments down below. This is just a brief little update video. I do intend to still go through a bunch of the Minecraft features from 1.5, give you full tutorials on what's going on there, as well as when 1.13 comes out next week, I'll do a few more tutorials, and of course when T67 is the week after, I'll do a few more after that. So yeah, I know today would have been the ideal day to see a lot of that stuff, but if I'm being entirely honest, I ate a whole pizza, and then like immediately went into a pizza nap, and I just like, my brain isn't quite functioning at full speed, and I figured if I'm going to do these tutorials, because they're going to need to be, you know, useful for like months to come now, or years to come, as you might want to know how to do this stuff in 2021 or whatever, I figured I would hold off a day until my brain is like functioning correctly, because pizza naps are one of the, you know, kids, don't do pizza naps. They're bad for your brain functioning ability. I'm just saying, like that. We need to have like a PSA campaign, just like only eat half the pizza, not the whole pizza. You know, half pizza's just fine too. But anyway, that said, this was entirely nothing that I'm sure you care about if you're only here for Minecraft updates. So I hope you all enjoyed the video. Give it a like if you liked it. Give it a share if you really liked it, and make sure you subscribe, notifications turned on. Because, you know, that's just what YouTubers ask these days. And also, make sure you come check out my live stream that's happening in like 30 minutes or so. And yeah, go do that. Goodbye.